James finds Jokic. Back to James. Over Brooks. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
2 minutes remaining.
Jackson passes to Morant. Memphis moving that ball around. Launches it. They get it back.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. The West making some changes. George is checked in for James. And Paul subbed in for Stephen Curry. Antetokounmpo. That's a two-pointer. And Paul stays with it.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And then Morant slams it in.
Man, he takes off like a rocket. I mean, there's a suddenness to Morant's game that most athletes don't have.
Paul passes to Giannis. The baseline jam. It's hauled in by Adams. Memphis trailing here. 1:06 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Bain. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Giannis. And Jokic slams it in.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Outside for... Here's Morant. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on, you pay the consequences.
Memphis shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Second team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies.
That free throw missing.
You know Ja Morant is such a
two.
dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity makes for some tough matchups.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. The end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the West All-Stars up 2 and back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars?
They're doing great work on the boards in the early going, especially at the offensive end. Those second chance points are starting to add up.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Brown. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Here's Morant. Here's Adams. He nails it. And we're tied up. Adams has got 6.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
It isn't the D that causes this. That's just a loss of concentration.
And finished off by Morant.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Jokic trying to free himself up. Great open look there.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his passing.
It's stolen by Brown, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul. The West making some changes.
Substitution.
Rudy Gobert comes in for Jokic, and Lillard subbed in for Chris Paul. And Memphis also making a switch. Tillman's checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic is arguably the greatest passing center of all time. I say arguably because Wilt is in the conversation. But Jokic sees the game a frame ahead. Nikola said, I just look where defenders are standing, listen to what they're talking about, and their play calls. For me, it's a normal thing. I just wonder what they're doing, and I do the opposite. Kevin, it's simple, actually. I'm going to do the opposite now and stop talking.
No. You keep talking, we'll keep listening. And David, thank you very much. And staying with the play, Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yes, Sabonis making good use of his height and hustle there, playing on top of the defenders.
What about that move? Morant with the ability to rapidly alter pace and put defenders on skates.
Now, here's Sabonis. Here's George. That falls. Nice speed that time from Sabonis.
They've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
On the wing, Brooks. Morant against Lillard. Morant kicks to Brooks. Sinks the three-pointer. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, most of Brooks' shots come from beyond the arc. I mean, with good reason, he's an effective three-point shooter.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. Bain comes in for Milton. And Jones subbed in for Morant. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud for your West All-Stars dance team.
So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Jokic has checked in for Rudy Gobert. James comes in for George. Doncic has checked in for Brown. And Curry subbed in for Lillard. Now here's Doncic. Second chance effort. And Sabonis lays it up and in. Sabonis has got 6 in the quarter.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Jones up top, guarded by Curry. Jones in the post. Curry meets him. The kick out to Anderson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Doncic passes to Sabonis from the arc. No good on that one. And Memphis the other way now. The Grizzlies making a change here. Konchar's checked in. And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have, Greg, a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down, just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout. So that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
And he's been trying to do it all himself, and it's not working. Instead of forcing shots, you got to focus on moving the ball and keeping everybody involved.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
3 turnovers in the quarter alone, a bad stretch, and they can't win this game without better play from him.
Now here's Jones. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And again, Memphis no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Yep, that one goes in there.
One of the greatest long-range shooters you'll ever see. Curry is just as savvy inside.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jones, no luck. And they're moving it up. There's Sabonis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Kyle Anderson. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Wow, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Jones. Anderson in the post, defended by Sabonis. Chalk up 2 there.
I like seeing Anderson look to capitalize from there, showing that nice soft touch on that shot.
And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Grizzlies ball. In for Memphis, Brandon Clark.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
It's time for T-shirts!
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Western All-Stars ball.
9 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Back to Doncic. Wide open. They grab their own miss. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. West All-Stars lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Adams finds Morant into the lane, and then Morant slams it in.
Well, you see the burst. Morant very hard to catch once he gains a step.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' 5. Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Morant. And it's Bain in at the shooting guard. And Doncic gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Curry against Morant. Brooks with no one around. Doncic with the steal. Giannis, that's a two-pointer. And the shot falls short this time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
He's improving as a passer. You like to see Jackson sharing the ball and realizing when his guys are open.
Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
And so Curry will bring it up for the West All-Stars. A 2-point game. Fires from the wing. Here's Giannis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
The West All-Stars have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. No good on the free throw.
In 2020, a special year for Giannis, winning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, then signing a Supermax extension worth over $200 million.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Morant outside. And they double up Morant. Curry with the steal. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. Turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
The West making some changes. Paul George, he's checked in for James. Brown comes in for Doncic. And Chris Paul subbed in for Curry.
Oh, nice. He keeps the ball high after rebounds. Jackson's effort level on the glass is unreal.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Three-pointer. Brooks drills the three-pointer. Brooks has got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
Giannis, no good. Giannis has gotten just 1 of 7 of his shots to go. Here's Bain. Here's Morant. And an intentional foul right there. Sabonis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And Memphis also making a switch. Clark's checked in
for the Grizzlies.
That'll be a 5-second call.
He's got to get back to playing in control. After 0 turnovers in the first half, he's out there losing.
Tillman, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Bain. Brown And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal
Something
foul.
we saw a lot from
Second
Brown
team
as an
foul.
amateur, the ability to draw fouls and get to the line.
Jaylen Brown.
He hits the second from the line. And the Grizzlies leading by 7.
2 minutes.
Morant with a wide open look. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down.
His shot's it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. It's just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Gobert with the block.
And the reach and height of Gobert, it literally makes it impossible to score over him. He's able to get all over that shot.
A putback and staying with the play. Sabonis has got 9 points.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Brown outside. Here's George. Gobert. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Jackson trying to break free. Nice shot by Brooks.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The putback.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
The West All-Stars with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. They get it back. Back to Sabonis. The kick out to Brown. Clock at 6. Shoots over Melton. They get the rebound. He gets that one. Gobert's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Morant. Keeps it alive. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. And here's Brown outside. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the West All-Stars leading by 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Doncic outside. Gobert trying to get open. Anderson with the block.
And blocks like this fire Anderson up. Turn,
John
his teammates
Conchar.
going as well.
Sabonis is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Doncic. And it's James in at the 3. So that's his on the 4 for the West All-Stars. Sabonis, no good.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
Jackson passes to Conchar. Now here's Jones. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The West making some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Giannis comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's Stephen Curry in for Chris Paul. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Memphis. Bain comes in for Melton. Now here's Adams. And Anderson has it in the corner. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Jones in the post, guarded by Kerr. Bain passes to Anderson, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. They lead by 1. Curry's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Jones. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Timeout West.
Chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys?
Thank you, David. Outside, Antetokounmpo from 12 feet out. And Jones pulls it down.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Henderson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Multi-talented Anderson. I mean, he's awesome, man. He's an awesome glue guy. Someone who scores, rebounds, passes, defends. I mean, name it. He does it.
That free throw, no good. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead.
From deep three-point range, a shot that time, not on target. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Passes it to Bain. Here's Conchar. The offensive rebound. Anderson dishes to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you just want to keep fighting, do your best, and you live with the results.
The pass to Bain. Here's Conchar. Simmons pulls it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. You see a lot of this now.
Jokic off the mark, and the drought continues.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
They get it back. Adams' shot is good. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Remains calm and collected. Adams refuses to let the moment be too big.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're trailing by 5. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Steven Adams.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
James. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. And that's an intentional foul. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're ahead by 5. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Let's get up and let me hear it. All right, fans, let's get up and get loud for your West All-Stars team.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Out of bounds. It'll be the West All-Stars ball. .136 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Doncic. No good again that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Inside. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Brooks.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. And a deep three from Doncic. The offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Now here's Morant. Over Jokic. LeBron grabs the miss. 55 seconds left in the game. Simmons. Yes!
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Morant flies in. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Personal foul.
Easy to see why they know Morant here. Come on, he's good at coming up with the big bucket.
Curry's checked in for the West. James, no good. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. A three from Morant. That shot missing. The West All-Stars will go the other way with just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jokic, no good. And he commits the intentional foul.
LeBron James. Second personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
And I've heard Adams is a big gamer, video games. I mean, he doesn't watch sports in his off time like a lot of guys. He'd rather have a controller in his hand. And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Dylan Brooks. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Well, it's easy to see all the hard work Dylan Brooks has put in. 45th pick in the 2017 draft. Well, the game is on the line. Who would you rather go to than Steph Curry? Who?
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And, Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.